Okay, so we got another group match, this time between Gardark for Central and Aaron Drago for Squirtle Squad. Two groups in the description. Make sure to join them. Both post competitive content and just great mod groups in general. And make sure to like and subscribe before you do anything else. And then comment in the, let me know who you think is going to win. And then let's see at the end if your prediction was actually right. So let's go and get started. So Arcanine brought Urshifu, Dragapult, Swampert, Moltres, Hydreigon, and Tapu Koko, and Aaron brought Blissey, Toxapex, Corv, Urshifu, Clef, and Landorus. So got speed, slow, music off, and let's go ahead and start. So he led Swampert, and Aaron led with Lando. And he went ahead and SD'd up. He flip turned. And that makes this a little tougher. So he goes Coco here, and he Dazzling Gleam, just to get some damage off. So he survives the Stone Edge, and he can freely click Dazzling Gleam again. Blissey only takes 18%, so Coco's pretty much forced out at this point. Goes into Swampert here, and basically he needs free rocks. He'll probably switch into his Lando on the rocks prediction. Yeah, flip turns here. Not enough damage. And he goes Urshifu. And he can basically click Wicked Blow. And Clef took, what, 33%? Still not enough to kill the Clef. Damage is damage, and again, especially against this team. So Clef gets off a knockoff and gets rid of the heavy duty boots. Goes back into Swampert here. Goes for Protect, so this is probably Wish Protect Clef. And so now getting up rocks is kind of really super important. So he gets a Toxic off. Because if you've noticed in these latest vids, Squirtle Squad tends to run Unaware Clef instead of Magikarp almost like 90% of the time. Swampert's still here, Lando comes out, and he can pretty much go for a Toxic here. He's kind of behind the 8-ball a bit. So instead he goes for Flip Turn, which honestly might be the better option. Goes Urshifu here, and I think Urshifu may be able to kill, it doesn't kill Wicked Blow. Because Aaron is running a bulky set, so he goes into Corv here, which probably has Rocky Helmet. So he gets Wicked Blow off again, and the Rocky Helmet unfortunately kills the Urshifu. But now Coco comes in for free, but he can't really just spam Thunderbolt. Best thing here is a Click Roost. Yep. And so Blissey's there, and Blissey is most likely going to click Wish. So he goes Hydreigon here. And without Urshifu, it really hurts him a bit. Because he can't freely just click buttons. So goes for Dark Pulse, which doesn't really do enough damage to the Clef. Especially with Wish Pass coming. So Hydreigon's pretty much forced out. He goes Moltres here. Goes back into Blissey. And again, this is kind of why losing Urshifu has hurt so much, because Urshifu really hurts Stall a lot. Goes into Coco. And Coco even itself can't really do too much. To Blissey. It's just going to sit there and eat on him. Goes for Seismic Toss. Gets the Wish back to itself, and still got 13 wishes. Moltres comes out, and again, he's really in a tough spot where he really can't. He doesn't really have anything to beat Blissey. Yeah, with Urshifu gone, he's really in a tough spot. And Blissey goes for Wish again. Goes for Flamethrower, and I mean, it's not really enough. Goes Dragon here, and Blitz can stay in. Yeah, gets the aromatherapy off. How much time have we came to so far? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to normal speed, because I think this is going to take a while. So he goes for Steel Wing on the Blissey and misses. Goes for Wish again, and sends out Corv. Gets Dragon Darts off, but not enough to kill. He may be carrying... No, he's not carrying Flamethrower. So Moltres comes out on the Corv. He goes Pex here, and I mean, he basically needs to roost. Swampert takes the Scald, gets burned, which is, again, makes it even harder to win against the Blissey. Coco dies to rocks. Hydreigon comes out. I mean, he should have come with Hydreigon earlier to get the defog off. That way Coco could still be around. But again, it's at the point where he really has a hard time getting past the Blissey. Because I'm not sure if Dragapult can actually do enough damage to where Blissey's not an issue. Yeah, because at this point he's just whittling down. I'll actually turn this to fast. You might not be able to keep up, but and I'm not really going to narrate because I mean my speech will not keep up at all. Goes Hydreigon, and I mean Earth Power, which not going to do anything. Moonblast kills here, and yeah, okay, so Arcanine went ahead and forfeit, because like I said before, I mean, he can't break the Blissey. And so let's go to game 2. So it's 1-0 in favor of in favor of Arun. So Arcanine brought Urshifu, Magearna, Moltres, Tapu Fini, Lando, and Hydreigon. And Arun brought the Volcanion, Blissey, Zapdos, Slowking Galar, Buzzwole, and Melmetal. So music off. Speed slow. Alright, so he leads Lando, and I mean, Lando can't really do anything to Buzzwole here. So best thing is to U-turn out and go into his Moltres. Or he goes Fini. I think Moltres might have been better. So, I mean, he can't really just tee off, so he clicks Lando T, expecting probably the Volcanion or Slowking Galar. But either way, I mean, it's good momentum, so he can click U-turn freely or get rocks up. I personally would have gotten up rocks or click U-turn just because it's not worth it to EQ, because you know what's coming out. Goes for the Ice Punch. Not getting the burn is unfortunate. I don't think his Lando T is Scarf because he switched out. Well, I mean, just due to the fact that he didn't get rocks up earlier. So it goes Fini here, and Fini is not really a Volcanion switch-in because of obviously Sludge Bomb, and he gets the crit, which is really unfortunate again too. But again, Volcanion really kind of hurts things a bit. It's an odd mon to really switch into. So he gets a roost up with Hydreigon, and I mean Hydreigon pretty much is limited in what it can do back. So he goes Urshifu, free rocks here, but I mean Urshifu comes out and would basically lure out the Buzzwole. So he goes into Moltres here, and it's an easy free defog here. And he goes Volcanion. And I mean, he can pretty much just go right back in Hydreigon on the Volcanion. Takes a Steam Eruption pretty well, because I mean, this is the Spadef build, and he can just roost up on it. Goes Blissey. And Blissy's most likely going to get up free rocks here. He goes Lando T. Yeah, I think, yeah, he definitely needs to get rocks of his own up. Just to try and like force a defog on his end. Yeah. He should have definitely gotten up rocks. So Moltres comes out, he goes Blissey again, and free defog because yeah, he should have defogged there as well. Because there's no reason for Aaron to leave in his Buzzwole. Gets the seismic toss off. Even if he burns Blissey, it's not really too bad. And I mean, now he really needs to go into his Lando, and he definitely needs to get rocks up here. Yeah, there we go. Finally gets up rocks. Buzzwole's there, and he can go Moltres, but I feel like he's probably gonna click Taunt, yeah, to avoid the Roost. So that was a good move on his part. So he goes Slowking Galar here, and doubles back because I mean the Tapu Koko's definitely, I mean the Buzzwole's definitely coming out. So now Moltres can basically get up a free Roost here. I should have went with Roost just to conserve longevity. Because like I said before, Buzzwole is not staying in. It has no reason to. Because he has Slowking and he has Blissey in the back. So it goes U-turn on the Buzz. Goes into Magearna here. Personally, I would have brought in Moltres just to get up the free Roost. Goes Metal. And Floor Cannon, I mean, took a good chunk of damage out of the Melmetal. And Magearna absorbs the Feature Sight. And he can go into his Lando T here. Just has to worry about an Ice Punch. Okay, goes for Rock Slide. I mean, it doesn't really do too much damage, but he can freely click. Okay, so now he stays in. I would have expected him to... that double Iron Bash did a good bit of damage. So, I mean, obviously going out to Buzzwole here. Dude, if Urshifu could get Toxic, that would be fucking great. I probably can't curse. Alright, so, I mean, definitely gotta go into Moltres. He's gonna click Taunt. I need Roost. Okay, so he needs a Roost of his Moltres. He doubles back, I guess, expecting the Blissey. Or the Slowking Galar, but I mean, definitely Roosting was the play there because... he needs that thing to have health. Goes Wicked Blow and gets paired. And Dose gets pretty much a free defog here. I mean, we'll free Roost either way. Goes Blissey here. And Hydreigon click Dark Pulse. Okay, so it's actually Life Orb in the bulky variant, it looks like. And Blissey goes for Wish. And he can't really, because he's paired now, he can't really freely use the Urshifu. Okay, so that was actually a good read there. But unfortunately, he gets the Wish health, so that sucks. And now Moltres comes out. Goes for double Iron Bash. Gets the burn. So now, I mean, he has to Roost here. He must Roost here. There we go. So he roosted, which like I said before, which I've been like crying about. Like he has to maintain recovery. Feeny is kind of expendable here. I'm not sure how much damage Draining Kiss would do to avoid the Seismic Toss damage. Yeah, it's not going to avoid. I think it's like 29% is what Seismic Toss does. So, Feeny's dead. Goes into Moltres here, which, I mean, Moltres can't really do much, and he doubles into Urshifu. Yeah, not really too sure of why he doubled there, because it doesn't really, the Moltres doesn't make the Urshifu, I mean, make the Blissey want to do anything different. Goes Magearna here. Goes for Hurricane. I mean, he's not really too stressed about the rocks. Mainly because nothing really forces out the Volcanion. Goes for Volt Switch. Goes Moltres. Goes to his Lando T here. Again, not really sure of what the Moltres double was for. Because now, I mean, Lando has to come out and he has to go in Hydreigon to absorb the... No, Magearna was not the play there. It was definitely either Hydreigon or Urshifu because of the Future Sight coming. Yeah, not Moltres. Now is not Moltres this time. Okay, so Slowking Galar comes in and he'll take the Future Sight. Took it pretty well. I mean, he can get a free Roost here. But I mean, Slowking's probably going to click Future Sight again. Yeah, because basically, I mean, Future Sight plus Rocks, I mean, gets them in a pretty annoying loop. Gets Sludge Bomb off. And unfortunately gets the poison damage off. And I mean, Moltres is forced to Roost here. Okay, never mind. He goes Hydreigon. Lands a Flamethrower. And Dragon needs to Roost here. For longevity's sake. Goes Blissey. Yep. I mean, he can defog here, but I mean... it's not really... He's really in a bad spot with Urshifu paralyzed. Goes for Trick. I mean, and that can honestly change things up a bit. And Magearna being gone, I mean, Choice Specs Blissey, I don't know if it was worth the sacrifice. But I mean, definitely puts Blissey in a bad spot and as what it can do. So Buzzle automatically comes out. I mean, he should have doubled into his Moltres. Because there's no reason for Buzzle to stay in. I mean, there's no reason that Blissey would have stayed in. So he goes into Moltres here. Goes for Roost. I mean, he has to Roost himself. So, I mean, conserving the Moltres is pretty key here. And being able to get off any statuses now at this point are going to be great. Because... Blissey is locked into one move. Goes for Future Sight, and now he can kind of more so freely click Dark Post because, like I said, Blissey is stuck doing one thing. Gets the crit, which is great. And his best bet here is just a Roost to scout. Okay, he goes for Wish. Because now he's forced to Roost. Yeah, it would have been easier to Roost earlier. That way he could have clicked Fire Blast. I mean, Flamethrower twice. Goes Lando here. But I mean, I'm pretty sure Lando will die to this. Yeah, I mean, he would have died to a double Iron Bash as well, I think. Go CC on the Buzz, but I mean, it's really not looking good at all. To me, it's pretty much... With Blissey Choice Specs, I mean, it does change the tides a bit, but it is kind of back into that same position as last game, where he's going to have a hard time getting past the Blissey. So it's like, it's kind of like a wait and see of like what's going to happen. So yeah, Urshifu's gone, and that means, I mean, Blissey kind of wins here. Yeah, Arc forfeit, and so 2-0 in favor of Aaron. So 2 points for squad and 0 points for central. And as always, let me know if your prediction was right about who won. And yeah, stay tuned for more uploads. I still have like, I think like 8 more of these to record.